Hello and welcome back to Dragon Sim World 3, where we're going to do a review slash everything after that. But yeah, we're doing Midland. I'm doing the most recent one because why not? And at the same time, would I recommend this route at the end? I'll go over the pros and cons, and perhaps how easy it is for a route to get into. And ultimately say, obviously there's a lot of coming back into this route as well. Definitely this one anyway. So obviously it does say there's no tutorials, but that's a lie on that one because they're all in here. 158 is it. 158 is the easiest one to find. Right there. Then obviously the one for the HST is under the HST. And it's that one there with the EMT on it, not the GW on it, not Great Western's version. So back to that. So that's why that says 0. But you do have scenarios, and they seem to be quite decent in length, to be fair. And this is the only place where you will find a 158 in a 4-car, hit-wise. So yeah, that's going to be the only place where you will find them. I have not unlocked the mastery yet, but if I go to that, please work mastery for once. So complete a scenario which I haven't done, but you do get it as well. And I say it, please work. But hey hey, back to Midland. So obviously you only get these two by default. Get these for now. I'll touch on those in a minute. So we're going to start off with the 158. These, I'm going to have to admit, this is the only reason why I picked the pack up. So you've got a load of services, and I mean there's actually quite a few decent ones here. And it's only from 5:50 in the morning. Not sure how many there are throughout the day, and if this is a proper timetable, but it goes until pretty much 20 to midnight. So, how many services are there? 66 overall. That's the only one which you use on. See, yeah, that one I didn't record. So, I'm going to go into a pretty easy day. Let's just do that one quickly. Don't know why it's saying it's the 1st of July, because it's not. It is, in fact, the 20th of April today. So, obviously, the cab, I'm going to do this. So, AWS is up here, TPWS is over here. Also, something which I've only recently found out is Vigilance is over here. So, obviously, you've got the cab. I'm going to dump it in that, and that pretty much everything else is on by default. The headlights are on, instrument lights are on. But also on this one, you do get GSMR, which it does and doesn't work, so, but it does stay on there as well. Then it decides to pop up there. Another thing which you can do, I'm going to do this. This is when I will admit there's a bug. Door open, door closed. So you got, that was me doing that. That was not the game. Where's the button? There's. You should then be able to open that up, which it doesn't. It should automatically open. It will open when you press the flat button. And these are AP sounds, by the way. People are behaving to that at least. Because you can get them jamming themselves in the footway. So that's a bug. Means you can't. It blocks you from getting in here. If I stand here, it should stop them. Since it's technically allowing us to go. So we've got, obviously, shut the doors. which is the wrong way around. This is when I say that should stay open, and it doesn't. That's a bug, by the way. Then make sure you do press do that. So you do have a signal. If I can get the click box on it. On click box, well, there's. Doesn't make any noise though. And obviously you can just do whack. That again. So, another thing which you can do, if you keep an eye on the brake gauges here, you see the gauge actually does move. And only some people only just notice that. And also, step 1 doesn't count as traction knock. These are AP scans, by the way. And from here in 158's, that southwest zone, I'm gonna admit these actually sound pretty good. The window does open. Obviously you got the yard around here with stock just dumped around like you will see in yards. I haven't got a keyboard plugged into this, so I can't use that to help me out here. If I fly off, let that pretty much go at its own pace, because I'm not going to bother here. Quickly fly, actually, do that. We've got in the yard, got Great Western HST carriages, Northern Trans-Pennine, Tees Valley, and the 31 parked up over there. So you can already see some of the extra layers dumped around here, to be fair. This route is modelled very well. PSI does work, but you can't change it. That is a noisy 47. So yeah, and AWS does work. TPW should work, but I'm not sure on that one. I know people have intimated bugs where it happens on that. So yeah, that would be where they change the destination panel if it worked. Of course, you got blind. Never drive like that, because that's supposed to be dropped down so far anyway to be able to see. Obviously, you can get adverse signals along here. It's not something that you will notice that frequently, but it is something which is there. There are hidden speed limits. In theory, if I get to 80, you may notice something. When we get there, no, we can't. And they do change in front, which is quite handy. No idea what that river is. Ding. There's that 80 there, isn't there? I don't know how many speed balls there are, but I think they're all versions. They're not actually mapped up correctly. No, because the 80 started long before the 80 board, according to that. So they're not completely true. So take that as what you want to avoid when you're driving like that. And instead, the brakes on there are very good. So what I'm going to let that get down to 6 miles. And we'll step to it. So step to it. As you can tell, you can brake very easy on this at step 2. Obviously it's 100 for the 158. So you can't go up to 90. Only 90, not 100. But we've all gone about 3 miles, 0.3 miles, and we're almost stopped. So it must be about almost 4 miles you can give it until you stop on this, which is perfect. And when I say about hill start, no sign of interlock, put a bit of power on, take it off, and be off again. So, to be fair, this is probably the easiest train to drive. one of the easy drains to drive, to be fairness. And I won't say it's the most obviously detailed one, because obviously there are stuff. DRA does work, but I won't press that. But other than, don't know if that's true, but uncouple, couple, and so forth around here. You do have full test lamps here, but fair enough, they ain't going to light up when you can't actually see it. Wipers there, AW is right there, if you didn't know. Yeah, windows on that side do open and do change the sound of volume quite nicely. Does get noise when you're going fast though, as you would expect. I really want to continue driving this, but I can't. For this, one last look at the horn. Wow, this is so far the only train that does this, by the way, in the game. And then you see it on the hub as well, for main res. So, I'd say let's go back to main menu. I might get on to doing stuff for Kettle Wolfsburg at some point, if I decide, but I don't know yet. I probably won't. Obviously, this route doesn't have any other DLC specially for it yet. And I say specially for it, even though you don't need to have the route for DLC anymore. But for this, I'm saying for the route, because obviously, say, I know, yeah, it's just sellers, not just for that route and so forth. What we could say be easy enough. I use the 819, no, actually I can't. It's only on that route. Use the 182, that's on this route. For an example, that you need rapid transit for the 182 to work. For let's see here, not on Southeastern, you don't need to have the Southeastern to have that, to have the HTT services. That's not what I wanted. Horse journey mode does work. So let's move on to the HST. This is a bug, by the way. It's not the same, which is which. On PC it does, I believe. Xbox it might as well. But on at least PlayStation it doesn't. So I have no idea which one's which. I believe this is the 10 car, and that's this other one, I think. So I think that's the 10 car, this must be the short one. I think it is anyway. Obviously night lighting on this route does work. As far as I know, there's not as many bugs on this route as far as I know. But into HST, what are we? Because the other one's, yeah, this is the 8 car one. 8 coach HST. Listen to that sound. This is not the same sound as what the Great Western ones have, by the way. There's tons of liveries for this already. So, you're on the cab. Let's set the cab up. AWS is for some strange reason on the spare switch over here. If I stand up over here, these are back to front, by the way. So you've got DRA and the DSD here. I'm going to be mad because this is a bug, by the way, on this route. Unlike that, this is actually more hard than you might think to move. Open the doors up. So you've got gauge dimmer. You do have a test brake if you want to do that. Got DRA, which is also back to front. Wipers over here as well, and headlights over here, which you have to put on. Contact the signal via phone there. The GMSR doesn't work on HST, but it's there. So yeah, if I can do it now actually. Once again, AP sounds. Can't open the luggage door. I do believe in real life, in here, in a cabinet that's in here somewhere, is the actual couplers for this, which you can't open on this one. closed door, flunk into forward. I should have done this because it does tell you to do this, and let brakes pump up. They do take an age to release, by the way. Let's listen to the sound of this lead. I do believe they're the proper sounds. The Tesla LD does work on this one. It's probably it's a poor debut time I used it, but it does work. Of course, it goes up once I've released the power. On here, you're going to have to be doing this a lot, by the way, because with that one, it's bugged. It only works for AWS at the current state of time. And you know I haven't got a keyboard plugged in, my you would be pressing the Q button and you would actually see them in the corner come up. Obviously because it does work. Obviously the numbers do work and not very resting. This is also in the livery designer, and so is the 158. I'm not going to touch the controls of it and see and get the visions to go off, despite I think it's not supposed to be really. That is called it's called that when it shouldn't go. Obviously you can open the doors up. It doesn't work. You have to do it like that. As you can tell, I have to hold down to move that. I'm pressing circle, by the way. It shouldn't be moving up and down. But that would if it went off. That's doors. Doors do open on this, and it's not realistic. The lights in the cab don't work. TPS does, I believe. You have got all these gate on which you can press windows and desk lights do work, but I'm not going to show up that well at the moment due to it being bright sunshine. Obviously, you're blind as well on the click box. So yeah. I do believe the horns and HSTs are the same. There you go. You've got engine start, stop there. Obviously, you do have climb and so forth in here. You've got second man seat. Once again, I cannot do. Well, that's a bug. You have got an engine room light. You can't get into the engine. So unless I turn the engine any light on, shine light on here. No, I was just curious. So yeah, and if I do that, give it a little chance for the power to roll off. For when you're driving HST, brake early. Watch the brake pressure not come off quick. There you go. It's taking forever to take off. So if you obviously put on a lot, it's going to take longer to get off. Put that into mind. So let's move on to some of the extra layers. What I might do is quickly do the livery as well, to prove that liveries work. I haven't made any yet, but I've got liveries from other people that have been made by other people on here. No, we'll go to the Creators Club for this because it's going to be a lot easier. Come on, Creators Club. Take forever. Well, there's two. There they are, straight away. If I go down to what I've got. Come on. 4 hours later. So there's the HSTs. And there's the 158. As far as I know, the 158s do show up at random. I'm not sure about HSTs. So on to what we got for layer-wise, and if I can remember what routes give you these layers. I believe that it's southeastern that will give you this layer, well, fully, and a bit of that as well. So you got obviously all the 66s I've got in the game. Southeastern's HTT is also on this route. So at the moment there are freight services missing. That is down to when they're up doing it and testing and stuff. I believe they said it was due to crashing and so forth, so they've currently been removed. Don't ask why. That one says it takes 21 hours to complete. That is obviously a splimmin' bug in the game. One bug for like bang there. See, so it's pretty much, if you don't have the RHT, I think you'll get that, and that's it. If you haven't got the RHT, you only get the rail tour. But if you've got obviously the RHT as well, you will get all these others that are on this list for now. Obviously the Great Western, it's Southeastern 66 you need for that. Then you've got the 37, which does pulling ones. So if you set the 375, ones off Southeast are requirement of Southeastern. And obviously London Brighton as well. And I will admit, if you saw the video, I'm pretty certain these actually don't start up alive. So they're dead to start with. So you have to start them up and everything. Which I'm surprised at. Unless that was just me finding one that was not like, yeah. Engine off, if it unblurs. If you are curious how you start these, if I dump the key into neutral. I'm at the back. So yeah, you have to start them up. So I don't know if any of the liveries are visible. If any liveries for the 377 or 375 do show up. So yeah, at random on this, but that's TSW limitation, I believe. Because there's quite a few liveries that don't show up. And I know Southeastern's only just decided to show mine up on the 375 himself, so yeah. So at least that's a little bit of gameplay, I suppose, starting the engine up whenever you need to use it. So let's move on to the 45, which has a rail tour. Literally all it has is the 2 services for rail tour. And they're double-headed. It's a double-headed 45, I mean. Skyhook actually wasn't going to put the 45 as the default one. They were going to put it as the 47, but one of their team said, nah, let's have the 45. So you got the 45, and none of the other trains will come on into that one. And also the LMS Jubilee, which you need the West Cornwall version, will give you a 3-parter of pretty much going everywhere. So that's what I mean, going everywhere. You go from Nottingham to Derby, then Derby to Leicester, then Derby to Leicester, Leicester back down to Nottingham. I believe this may only show up at Christmas time by the looks of it. Around, say, November, December, perhaps January, on that on this area, if that is as well. So I'm going to go onto a random place. Okay, that's better. Obviously, I'm not showing the full thing, but there are a load of bits around here which you can go and see as well. Apparently now it's the 20th of March. Oh yeah, Add-ons Manager is live if you didn't know. I'm guaranteed I'm probably not even going to be at. There's no stop markers at any platform, by the way. Not until 1 minute past. There won't be a train on here for ages. 56, 13:04, 11:50. The trains aren't frequent at all on this route. Is that realistic? I don't know. I'm not from around here. That signal can catch you. But you got the tap wind towers there. Apparently they're not actually accurate, these aren't, because apparently that bit on top doesn't exist in them, but hey hey. So, now I'm going through the route, hopefully quickly. Probably not, because it's almost half an hour long. So the pros of the route, I'm going to do the pros first. Skyhook Duffield, don't take the, obviously Coolio, but don't anything good as well, because obviously there's always improvements, even if it's always good. Can be you two go away. I'll go over here then. So pros, obviously AP sounds, so they're not made up sounds. So on the sound side of things, I would have said Train Sim World's actually getting really, really, really good at now. I would have said better than Train Sim, to be fair. I would have said it is starting to get more. Obviously, I haven't done it, but you can't go. You can look up miles around, and there's detail on this route. Probably the only one that has that at the moment. Obviously, AP, the little special bits of the 158 with the horn chain doing the main reservoir. That's actually quite unexpected, to be fair. Obviously, the windows open or HST on the doors make the sound more perfect. Obviously, if you want the windows open. I've actually had rain yet, so I can't say too much about rain on the route, or snow for that matter. But I believe they said this route was being made before TSW3's announcement, so I think they said that it's only the track and snow doesn't have the build up like it on other TSW3 after TSW3 releases, like released for the game properly, not the TSW2, TSW23 routes. So technically this is a TSW2 route in some respects, but it's with the TSW lighting and everything else pretty much. Windows, I mean tunnels. Yeah, they are up there. The only tunnels on the route, right up there. So, onto the cons. On the people on the 158, which we didn't see in this, but if you've seen my video, you'd have saw that. And other people's videos, you've also seen that. On the HST, everything's back to front. It's basically everything is back to front for some unknown reason. So, hey. Obviously, I'm going to add that, obviously, since it's a fresh route, there's no other DLCs made for it properly yet. The route's dead, as you can blatantly do. But obviously that can only change in the future if I get to the map. You have got all these little spurs as well. Massive depot up here, which you don't use at all. So all that's obviously got the capability of being used in the future. Should have been up here because I think the drones are more frequent on there. But around here, that is a 10-mile-an-hour point, by the way. So you've got all these spurs that go off as well. So you've got quite a decent area. You've got a small depot up here as well, where the 158s do live. HSTs bugger off somewhere down here. Obviously, another one would be that there's no freight, but that's due to there being a problem with it. Obviously, got all the other layers onto it. I will admit that I'm probably going to say that I'm a little bit against only having the 45 for the rail tours for diesel side of things, not have anything like the 47 or the 31 to join it. Say, for an example, the 37 to do it. The Class 20 has seemingly disappeared off of the radar for rail tours recently, I've noticed. But obviously, Spirit of Steam, not Spirit of Steam, West Cornwall Steam DLC, that's probably a good addition. I will say it's probably the better one to have, not the Spirit of Steam one like it is on Southeastern. Obviously, I don't know why I'm putting this in common, but it's there. Another pro would be the HSTs do let onto one other route. I'll get on the right before we end. I can't remember which end it is. It's one of these ends. I can't remember which one it is. It's either this end or that end or that end. I can't remember. But you can find. Please, Dovetail, don't ask Guy to remove this because people will actually find it very interesting to find. You can actually find a pool with a standard sized person standing on it with a measuring stick. It's out of bounds in some respects, so it's not on the main route. So you can actually find that. And I think you can count that as a small little Easter egg. So, Easter egg, not because it's Easter, I'm just saying it. Because I think some of these routes, I think, deserve a small Easter egg like that every so often. So, yeah, I'll prefer to keep that in for people to find. I've only heard about it, I haven't seen it. So, before I do anything else, I'm going to actually go something different. So, while this is going, would I recommend this DLC? Yes. Is it perfect? I'm going to admit, if I ever say there's a perfect route out there, I would be lying. Because nothing's perfect until it's done. Technically, the only routes that you can count perfect are both Island lines, London and London Underground, to be honest, due to them being enclosed, completely enclosed, so they don't go off the map at any point, and at the same time, they can't really add any more to those routes, to be fair, on this one. All other routes, they could add more on, to be fair. They can add a lot more onto them, especially, and I'm not talking about obviously extending routes, which I know people want that one to be extended, but obviously that one's an end-to-end route, but I think they can still add a couple more things onto this one, to be fair. Some more trains can go on this route, but it's a bit barren with just that. I don't know why, but none of these decided to show up when I drove it. And for the timing of them, it probably isn't the best, because pretty sure you'd see a bit more of a freight service on this route as well. And I'm going about 3 on 4, I'm not going to say anything about, but yeah, that time, like in the morning there, you'd expect that to be about under the normal day. But would I recommend it? Yes. Is it a perfect route? No, because if I said yes, I would be lying. Because to be fair, like I said, every route deserves more. Even Southeast High Speed, because all of the TGVs decided to turn back up again. Yeah, obviously the 700 is coming out, but there's still, to be fair, a lot that could be done to this route. A lot more. More special trains. Bring back the diesel layer, proper diesel layer, and I don't mean one that's dragging a 375 behind it. As well, put the other steam onto this route as well. Obviously on Spirit Steam, that really desperately needs more. West Coast, West South that could do it more, but I'll get on to all these routes. This is also missing the 52, I've just noticed. The 52 there doesn't work. But West Cornwall as well. Everything could have more, to be fair. Even, in truth, even these could have more. But we're not talking about those. We're South East and London. But obviously, I just said it. On South Eastern, this is the only route that will get layers from East Coast, the Midland Main Line, and it will keep getting called the Midland Main Line until another section of it comes out. It'd be like the East Coast Main Line, the West Coast Main Line type of thing. Come on, lights. Some of it had a power. Well, there they all are. They do move. Excuse me, why was your nose cone open? This is why I want like these layers back, because they still got the back of the Medway stuff on. People that things though. So yeah, HSDs do sharp, like they do move as well. You can get them coming in as well, so like you would have saw in my video. Quite how long that fence is. This will probably get mentioned again when I come and do Southeastern. But can't remember if I can get this, I can get that. But oh, there's an invisible wall. Not anymore. Why is there an invisible wall? Oh, I'm not going to stand there because I've got the doors open. They've all got the doors open actually. But another invisible wall. Any of those? What the heck is on that? I have no idea what's wrong with that map. So yeah, you still got all that dumped around, not moving, and you got the odd trains here and there as well. Oi. Yeah, about that side then. So there they all are parked up. More do come in. I think that might be the East Midlands side anyway, which is currently got all 4 HSDs. I think there might only be 4 I come in. Off he goes. Lights do obviously change, but off he goes. How much do I rate this out of 10? I would be lying if I said 10. Due to, I don't know why I said this route, but I hate East Midland, but Midland Main Line. So yeah, on that, would I rate it? How much would I rate it out of 10? I would have to admit, I would rate it 8. For some people, that is controversial. But for some people, it won't be, and some people, it might be too high. I'm neutral because I don't know yet. Off it goes, and it will just disappear when it goes off the map. But get back to it. Obviously, there's a lot of improvements, small bugs that will take it down a point. To be fair, bugs can, and bugs are all routes. There's not just routes. To be fair, Southeastern does have them as well, but so none coming at the moment. For anything like obviously the faction that the route is dead, that's another reason why it brings a point down. To be fair, I could probably rate this 9, Midland Main Line 9, but I'm doing it 8 because I'm not going to count it as a decreasing point, but they future-proofed it. That can help move it up, but I'm keeping it 8. I'm standing firm at 8. Do I recommend it for new players? Yes. I'd recommend it to definitely new players. Probably more than what Great Western Express would be, to be honest. Obviously, like, it does have a lot of improvements that can happen. A lot of DLC can come to it, and it could quite easily enough put DLC onto other routes in the future. So, like I said, where has it gone? Obviously, got enough there to keep you going for quite a while anyway. So, yeah. I'm going to put that back on and grab all that because I don't care which one I'm doing. Do. 4 hours later, loading. Yes, doors do open without having the key in, at least. Which it should happen because it's got operated. Through the bar, it shouldn't be there. Open that on you. Bib to you too. No, I'm good to go. Once again, I've picked up not a livery. HST over there. Hello. You may see other liveries on 159. You might just see one down there. But yeah. So I'm going to leave it here then, guys. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. There's that actually works this time. For more God Aid content. And I will see you in the next one. Whenever that will be. Because these aren't going to be that frequent, to be fair. So yeah. I will see you then. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I hope you have an awesome day. And goodbye.